Good morning everybody and welcome to Visit FYLDE Coast. That little yellow thing that's just disappearing in that direction is the testing gadget that they're using on the beach at Cleveley's to find out whether or not there's clay and rocks and stuff underneath the beach. So it's Monday the forgotten 21st, it's the spring solstice. It's the spring solstice today, but not that you'd know because it's gone a bit grey. And Charlotte the mermaid, it must be dithering, she must be feeling a little bit cool. We've just done another video about Charlotte the mermaid, so if you subscribe to Visit FYLDE Coast, hit that little bell for notifications and make sure that you give this video a like. But if you do hit the little bell for notifications, you will get to find out when we upload new content and put new videos online or go live. We do all kinds of different things over the course of a week. We've just been up to Talbot Gateway up that way, to see how progress is going on at the new Holiday Inn. This is the Clifton Hotel with more or less most of the scaffolding down now. Looks such a lot better. You can see that they've not finished yet. There's still some bits at that level, and they're still working down here underneath the hoarding along the front. So I thought we'd take a walk along Blackpool Promenade and see what's happening this week and see what's new. Of course, today was also the day when we were supposed to be released, so to speak, when all restrictions were supposed to end. But COVID is still rampaging its way around, so the decision's been made to put that back for another few weeks. But all of these bars and restaurants and amusements and things are all open, so you can still go and partake of refreshments and pretty much do what you want to do, other than it's all socially distanced, and it's all got to be done with care and consideration, let's put it that way, because we really don't want to all end up back in another full lockdown, do we? So there's loads going off on the prom this morning as I've just driven it, and you're sort of, oh that's happening, so you can see what they've been doing under here. They've cleaned a lot of the render off back to the break. It looks like they've still got quite a bit to do on that ground floor. Bloom Bar at the end of North Pier, we went there a couple of weeks ago. There's a video on our channel about that. That's all newly refurbished. Here you go, you see it says it's open. Shenanigans are still plodding the way through this building underneath the scaffolding. I think, did this used to be the lobster pot? This one, I have a feeling it did, didn't it? Robert's Oyster Bar, we did a video about that as well one day in the gloomy, cold lockdown days of winter. All looks quite different when it's a grey morning. This is an interesting building. They had a fire in it. I've got no idea what that used to be. If you've got any idea, leave a message below. You can see it better from the other side of the road, but the poor thing looks like it's just about ready for collapsing. Such a lot of work needs doing all over in this town. And last week, the week before, when we were coming along the promenade, they were just starting to do some work at what used to be Las Iguanas. A fortnight ago, this was still green. And as you can see, it's been repainted in black. Doesn't look like there's anybody around. I was going to go and be nosy and say, what are you doing? Excuse me, what are you doing? Let's have a look and see. Four Corners Projects Limited. no sign of any names or anything, so I don't know whether that's going to be a new place or whether it's just being cleaned up to rent. But I'm sure time will tell. Fever. This morning when I came, in fact all the stuff's still out, look. When I came along the prom, the guy was busy cleaning all the windows and cleaning all the pavements, and he got his squeegee sweeping brush and he was cleaning it. We're still doing it, look, he's jet washing, giving it a right good clean. It smells very clean. Bleached it all. So you see, you don't just turn up to Blackpool and it's all done and ready for you. It's all got to be prepared and looked after. I think the tide's just coming in or going out. It's coming one way or the other. We were saying yesterday, it's strange how when you live right at the side of the sea, you very rarely notice whether the tide's coming in or going out. Goodness, that's noisy. That's very noisy. I wonder what they're going to do with this Poundland, because that's shut. It's shut, as you might say. And that used to be Woolworths. And before that, of course, it was Lewis's on this corner. Can we see what's... No, it's all just shelves inside. Nothing to see, nothing to report. It's just another busy day at the office. That sounds like Andy busking up there. The marvellous Andy. Queue starting to form for the tower. I think there might be abseiling on the Sands building as well today. When I came on, there were half a dozen young men standing in front of the building, and they were all getting ready with the hard hats and the abseiling gear and the harnesses and whatnot. And the front of the Sands building is absolutely covered in bird muck. In fact, we've said that our house seems to have copped it more this last couple of weeks. It seems to be, I don't know whether it's because it's not raining, but it seems to be an awful lot of bird muck. And I think we might have to be asking as well what they're doing underneath here, because it says on here that this business, Quadriga, do facade restoration, terracotta restoration, internal heritage, structural repair, masonry repair, etc. So I'm guessing that they are making the building look a Bobby Dazzler. It says essential and sympathetic conservation repair works to respect the history and character of the building. This gentleman looks like he might know. I'll ask him. Well, that man did know. So the whole building is having a £2 million odd restoration, and they're taking out quite a lot of the old steelwork and replacing quite a bit of the tile work that's underneath the scaffolding. You can't see it from this angle, but we'll try and have a look through the mesh a little bit further up, because the steel work has moved over the years with sort of subsidence and natural building movement, and it's cracked some of the stone blocks, and that's why it's taking so long. And they're going to be working on it until next February. But the punchline and the good news is that they are restoring the clock. The clock is going to work, and the clock is going to look like it did when it ticked back in the day. Let's just go across here and see if we can take a look up here at these. That's better. So you can see underneath that there are stone tiles facing it all, and they're taking quite a lot off, and they're making them to order, which is why it's a long, slow process restoring anything that's of a heritage nature. In fact, you can just see under there where they've taken some of the tiles off back to the brickwork, which are obviously going to be replaced. So it's basically getting a right good fettle. And apparently there's huge empty spaces upstairs in that building, which I suppose makes sense because it is a big building. So hopefully somebody somewhere will want to invest in it and use it. Now, when I said to you about bird muck, just look, you might not be able to see it properly on video, but believe me, there's loads of it on here. It's absolutely covered in it. I mean, whose idea? They ought to have painted it white, at least it would have blended in. So I reckon the guys with the safety harnesses on must be loitering somewhere around the building, because they were definitely off abseiling. Let me just have a look, make sure I can't see the tower properly from this angle. I was just going to say maybe they've gone up the tower, but I can't see anybody up there. Refrigeration vents and air conditioning. Now then. Let's have a look round here and see if they're dangling off this set. Oh, they're here, look. Found them. Oh, goodness gracious me. They're cleaning. What a job. Just imagine doing that for a living. Can you imagine me up there? I'd be throwing myself off. Good Lord in heaven above. Apologies for the language from this crowd. Let's go and have a look round this corner and see what they're doing up here. Oh, the door's open. Oh, goodness me, they've got some work to do inside there. We would have had a nosy if that guy weren't stood there. But he sort of looked at me as if to say, no entry. So we've got to be responsible, haven't we? Chippy's open. Chippy's open and ready to serve. Oh, now then, a bit more scaffolding. I'm not quite sure what they're doing to that, but they look like they're tidying all that up on that corner. Let's have a look up here. You can see, look, this is the back of that Woolworths building that we were just looking at, this one. Oh dear me, they're up there, look, can you see them just up there? It's not a short building, is it? It's not really the kind of job that you'd want to do. It's not the kind of job that I'd want to do anyway. Oh, look, a rotating door. Do you know, I've not noticed that before. Just go a bit nearer and then I'll lose the wires. It's hard to think, isn't it, that at some point this is going to be transformed into a super duper sparkling hotel that everybody loves stopping in. When you're in chaos, it's difficult to see that it'll ever look any different. Let's see if we can have a sneaky look in here before this chap clocks me. Oh, now then. Things beginning to happen. Things beginning to happen. Coral Island. Did you see our video that we did in Coral Island just before, about a fortnight ago, just before I had a week off? And we had a walk round inside there. I think we might need to go back there one day and do a visit over the Pirate Flyer. I think I could just about manage the Pirate Flyer. Now it must be about 11:30 and I'm starting to get hungry, and all these donuts and ice cream and everything is I can't say anything other than it's calling to me. Now then, have you been watching Bargain Loving Brits in Britain? It's been on Channel 5 and there's a woman on it that has this little sweet shop here, and I'm going to go and see if she's in. Ooh, but we'll not get knocked down, shall we? We'll just wait for the traffic. And she's right, cough drop. She was busy selling everything to everybody. Let's see if she's in today. Anne, I think they called her. I think they called her Anne. Is she there? No, she's not. She's not there. She must have got that other lady on duty today. And I don't think anybody left a shop without actually buying something. There's one thing about coming to Blackpool, it just makes you feel like you've woken up. I think actually we might cross the road at this point because there's quite a few people. It's quite busy. Smile pony, you're on candid camera. We'll wait for the traffic the other way. There's quite a few people about, so we're going to cross the road and we'll go and have a look at the beach. She says, it might have been better really, wouldn't I, going to the crossing. That's a bit of a safer way to navigate from one side of the road to the other. Traditional use of a pelican crossing. Now then, there's three of them. You can just see on the Sands building. I'm going to zoom in. There you go, centre shot. If you could see what I can see when I'm cleaning windows. They must get to one end of the building and need to come back to the beginning and start again. Goodness gracious me, imagine cleaning that long. So it's quite busy actually, given the fact that it's not school holidays and it's a little bit grey. It's not cold. It's not cold at all. But you can see that the seed pods are just ever so gently, slightly wafting in the gentle breeze. But it's not bad at all. We'll do a ladylike jump off this little concrete wall, shall we? Are you ready? Oh, bump. Looks like the bar at Central Pier is getting ready for... Oh, did you hear that then? Oh, it's squeaking. Can you hear it? Oh, goodness me. It seems to be coming from inside that circle. And as it's moving, it sounds like my back. Oh, that's discombobulating. I can't say I've ever heard that before. Very odd. Perhaps I've not been stood right next to them when they've moved. That's what I'm trying to say. This guy down here doing his litter picking. I wonder if that's Stephen. I can't quite see from this distance. From the big Blackpool beach clean. There's a team of people that are litter picking and looking after the beach and keeping it lovely, as well as all the work that's done by the council to rake it and look after it. Plenty of bins. So that's this week's life on Blackpool Seafront. I think it's going to be a little bit inclement this week, the weather. There's rain forecast, well, for Wednesday. Choose whether or not it does. So it's going to be a touch grey before it starts brightening up again. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walk around Blackpool Seafront, and don't forget to make sure that you've subscribed. hit that little bell for notifications, and if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.